hate theater. Well, it's so disappointing, isn't it? You know what I do when I'm sitting in a darkened theater waiting for a show to begin? I pray. Oh, dear God, please let it be a good show. And let it be short. Oh, Lord in heaven, please. 2 hours is fine. 3 hours is too much. And keep the actors out of the audience. God, I did not pay good money to have the fourth wall come crashing down around my ears. I just want a story. And a few good songs that will take me away. I just want to be entertained. I mean, isn't that the point? Amen. You know, there was a time when people sat in darkened theaters and thought to themselves, what if George and Ira Gershwin got for us tonight? Or, can Cole Porter pull it off again? Can you imagine? These days, it's, please, Elton John, must we continue this charade? It used to be, sitting there in the dark, you knew that you'd be transported to another world. A world full of color, and music, and glamour. And you thought to yourself, my God, when are they going to bring up the lights? My, how things have changed. Hello? And how are we today? I'm feeling a little blue myself. You know, a little anxious for no particular reason. A little sad that I should feel anxious at this age. You know, a little self-conscious anxiety resulting in non-specific sadness. A state that I call blue. Anyway, whenever I'm feeling this way, blue, I like to listen to my music. So I was going through my records the other day. Yes, records. And I was about to put on the soundtrack recording of Meredith Wilson's The Music Man. I had a craving for a young Ronnie Howard. But then I thought to myself, no, let's have a treat. Let's disappear for a while into the decadent world of the 1920s, where the champagne flowed while the caviar chilled and all the world was a party. For the wealthy anyways. So I was digging around, and what did I find but one of my favorite shows, Gable and Stein's The Drowsy Chaperone. Remember? Music by Julie Gable, lyrics by Sidney Stein. It's the 2 record sets remastered from the original recordings made in 1928. It's the whole show with the original Broadway cast, including Beatrice Stockwell as the chaperone. Isn't she elegant? And this was a full 15 years before she became Dame Beatrice Stockwell. Can you believe it? Let me read to you what it says on the back. It says, mix-ups, mayhem, and a gay wedding. Of course, the phrase gay wedding has a different meaning now, but back then it just meant fun. And that's just what this show is. Fun. So, would you indulge me? Would you let me play the record for you now? Yes! Oh, I was hoping you'd say yes. You hear that static? I love that sound. To me, it's the sound of a time machine starting up. Alright now, let's visualize. Imagine, if you will, you've just arrived at the doors of the Morocco Theater in New York. It's very cold. Remember how it used to be cold in November? Not anymore. November's been August. It's global warming. We're all doomed. pictures are out of style now. I miss them. The show's way of welcoming you. Hello, welcome. The meal will be served shortly, but in the meantime, would you like an appetizer? And that's just what an overture is, a musical appetizer. A poo-poo platter of tunes, if you will. Don't worry, there are no pirates. Here it comes. The moment when the music starts to build, and you know you're only seconds away from being transported. The curtain is going up. I can't wait. Yes, madam?
How do I look?
You look fabulous, Mrs. Dottendale.
I do love this dress, though. It never goes out of style.
It is a miracle, madam.
My fancy dress. I don't know why I'm wearing it, I must confess. My dress. I love my dress. Could someone tell me why I put it on?
Yes. Your dress, your fancy dress. 'Twas such a pleasure airing it, restitching and repairing it. God bless your dress, it's one fine dress. I will tell you why you put it on. Wedding bells ring, wedding bells chime. Madam, you're the hostess and it's happy wedding time. Wedding bells ring, wedding bells gong. Wedding bells ding-a-ling and we will ding along. Your dress, your fancy dress. Very, very glad you put it on. Wedding guests are come, wedding guests are here. Wedding guests are all adoring to they will appear.
I'm not the bridegroom, I'm his magic cat. The sound of bells calling through my love heart. I'm George, that's George, his best man's George. I'm honored to be doing what a best man ought. Mrs. Dottendale, not to worry, I've got this whole wedding planned out. The king's organization. See, each piece of string represents a task to be completed. I've got a yellow flowers, paper band, and book of minister.
Oh, is there going to be a wedding?
I'm melting producer, I've lost my leading lady. I gotta stop this wedding or I'm not one spot.
outlaw and lesbian. And of course, my favorite character, the Drowsy Chaperone. What more do you need for an evening's entertainment? Wasn't that wonderful? And we will sing along. I don't even know what that means. All right, I'll lead you through this record as best I can. Don't worry, it won't be hard to follow. So we begin with a welcome from our love-struck room.
I'd like to thank you all for coming. I tell you, I must be some lucky fellow. Why, who'd have thought that Robert Martin, would be marrying a glamorous showgirl, and that glamorous showgirl would be giving up a successful career for me, Robert Martin. Now, if we weren't for the prohibition, I'd say, let's raise a glass.
Here!
To Miss Janet Banks, the most beautiful girl in the world.
Absolutely not. Who can't see the bride on the wedding day? It's bad luck.
I hope you heard that, because that's the plot. Basically, hang on for the ride.
Breakfast will be served in the Arabian room. Say, is it a little early in the day to be drinking?
I don't understand.
Look, you just keep Janet away from Rob. You're the chaperone. It's your only job.
Aye, aye, Captain. Oh, Robert, who's my little monkey?
I'm the little bug.
And so the bride and groom are whisked away, and we turn our attention to the B plot, which involves the producer.
Get in there, bitch. And leave it show business. Don't you know I've got an obligation?
I would be your leading lady. You said it yourself. I knew this in the chorus.
Kitty, for the last time, you ain't got what it takes.
I can take lessons. Singing, acting, ballet.
Ballet?
Yeah, I get pretty good too. Last week I auditioned for one sheet.
A little annotation. Kitty and Felty were a couple in real life, Jack and Sadie Adler. Now, this is a familiar comic construct, a stupid woman and her long-suffering companion. Well, she appears stupid, but in the end she does something clever, which leaves everyone wondering whether it's all just an act. The irony here is that Sadie actually was very stupid. Jack had to explain all the jokes to her, apparently. But still, she had a wonderful career on the stage. Back then, the theater was the only place where a stupid person could earn a decent living. This was before television, of course.
Kitty, look, I can't talk about this with you right now, okay?
But before Mr. Felty.
No, not now. No, boys, look, I'm not hungry, okay?
Perhaps we could give you something else to chew on.
Yeah, something that ain't true.
Whoa, what's going on? Your confusion is to be expected. Although we stand here before you in the guise of innocent pastry chefs, we are also
And primarily,
employees of a certain individual.
wait, a certain individual? A certain individual.
Who happens to be the largest single investor in Feldzig's Follies. He sent us here as pastry chefs to express his concern about Miss Van de Graaff's impending nuptials. That if she gets married and leaves the show, then
And there ain't no show. No, you don't.
Have you ever spent any time at Toledo?
have you ever spent any time in a coma?
Yeah, I'm getting out of this. Hey, listen, fellas. Okay, you go back to your employer and you tell him that this wedding is never gonna happen. You have my word.
Oh, we'll take our word, all right. But to go back on that word would be a recipe for disaster.
made ourselves perfectly at one.
What? Oh,
It's starting to trifle much. Don't talk with me. Okay, drop the pastry chef routine.
we can not.
Yeah, we're on the lab. Where was an entree, you macaroon?
Sorry, I just love his face at this moment. The gangsters were played by interchangeable vaudeville duo, the Small brothers, John and Peter Small. They were born Abram and Mendel Mislavkovich, but were renamed at Ellis Island by a sarcastic immigration official. Now, they were an early example of your typical Broadway gangster, full of wordplay and stylized movements, not in the least bit intimidating. Unless, of course, you find dancers intimidating, which I do, but for reasons that would not really be appropriate to this situation.
We'll leave the matter in your hands, Mr. President. In the meantime, feel free to browse the dessert carousel.
Yeah. Try the Toledo surprise. It's a die for.
Yeah, very perceptive, Kitty. Oh, go powder your face or something. Take care of this. Oh, I'm in trouble. I've got to stop this wedding. How? Oh, Lord in heaven, how?
I always thought that moment was a little bit overplayed. So, with the show well on its way, let's move to the groom's room.
Hey there, handsome. Show me those pearly whites.
The groom was played by the dashing Percy Hyman. He was the Albright toothpaste man. His fabulous smile adorns every tube. Albright was hugely popular in the 1920s because it contained cocaine. It's true. If you looked at the ingredients, it was there, fifth on the list, right after sugar. Anyway, it wasn't long before he became a huge matinee idol.
It's perfectly natural for a groom to be nervous on his wedding day. It is? Of course!
Now, there are some people that say that Percy Hyman was a bad actor. But to those people I say, shut up.
Hey there, Mr. Mirror Man, shaking and a-quaking, trembling like them Brady cats do. Something very bothering you. And I know just what it is. Cold feet, cold feet. Brother, you got cold feet. You can make them cold. Hot, little rhythm. Young feet, old feet. Can be young, weather make them cold feet. Down the aisle, from the arches, they can learn to swim. I see those can shine. Wearing arches, played in ragdown swing, make frigid souls come alive and take that dive. your wedding day dinner.
Good thing you got jitters. You got the easy part. I still gotta get the ride, the boutonniere, and another minister. I've got the weight of the wedding on my shoulders.
George, it sounds like you got cold feet.
What do I got?
Cold feet.
What do I want?
Cold feet.
What do I do? Soul feet?
No! I think the cold feet. George, you're a natural.
I think I got it. Percy Hyman was a wonderful performer. I like to think that panting and sweating after a long, hot dance routine. He's still alive, you know. I saw him recently celebrating his 100th birthday. They wheeled him out, and he had that wide-eyed look of pain confusion that God saves only for the very old in their birthdays. You know the one that says, "Who are you? Who am I? And why is this cake on fire?" You know the one? Anyway.
All right. That's enough of that dancing around like a fool.
I'm sorry, George. It is my wedding day after all.
I know, but you could have snapped an ankle. No, Captain, it's far too late. I know!
What are you doing?
Why, I'm going to go for a skate instead. That's what I do. I don't put off some sleeves.
George, what would I do without you?
Wait a minute! You can't go out like that. Oh, no. You might see Janet. I know. Why do you play with blindfold instead?
George, you think of everything.
Look it up to you, my boy. No peeking.
I wouldn't, George, you know that.
And remember, no
Wedding bells will chime. Wedding bells will celebrate.
Just ignore it. It does this occasionally. It rings. What? What do you want?
Hello? You've reached my answer machine. Please leave a message, and I'll call you back at my convenience.
Oh! Well, that's it. The moment's ruined. It's like a cell phone going off in the theater. God, I hate that. Hello? Oh, hello. What are you doing at the moment? Oh, I'm just in the theater, ruining the moment. What about you? Oh, I couldn't make it out tonight, so I thought I'd ruin the moment by proxy. Sorry. Let's just shake that off. Let's go back in our minds to 1928. They didn't have cell phones in 1928, but I'm sure they had something for the ruining of moments. Bugles or something.
Happy wedding
Miss Bradford, is it true that you're giving up a successful career to marry a man who hardly knows? Yes. Robert and I met on the line of it, so we can be friends. You musical, Victoria, fun women. We soon, briefly, and then he proposed.
She won't be returning to the States.
I shan't.
You shan't?
I shan't. Well, that's of course. One more question. Yes? Who in the world is blind?
Yeah, can't you see? It's just killing her soul.
I'm surprised you didn't do an encore.
I don't wanna encore no more. It's time for more. Make the audience roar no more. I don't wanna show.
No! No! Hey, this isn't over yet. You have not heard about this.
That was Jane Roberts as the bride. She was the Oops girl, remember? Surely one of you remembers the Oops girl? My God, don't you people even read? She was billed as the girl whose sexual energy was so great it caused men around her to have accidents. Spill their drinks, crash their cars into trees, and she would go, oops. Well, I'm not really doing it justice, but people ate it up. She did a whole series of films. Oops, The Oops Girl Comes Home, oh, and Oops Girl at Sea, which won an Oscar for special effects.
Oh, so begging and crawling didn't work. Oh, so now I gotta go to plan B. Oh, but for that, I'm gonna need an accomplice, eh? I'm gonna need someone going, you know. I need someone with loose morals. Need a, what do you call it, right? I need a European.
In walks Aldolfo, self-proclaimed ladies' man. Aldolfo was played by former silent film star and world-class alcoholic, Roman Bartelli. He was the one who later drank himself to death in his shadow in Nice, remember? It was a full 5 days until they found the body, and by that time, it had been partially consumed by its poodles. What? Well, it was only partially consumed.
Excuse me, sir. I don't believe we've met. I am Handel. Wait a second. You are Aldolfo. I am Handel. No, not the Aldolfo. I am Handel. Funny, you don't look like a scoundrel to me. Oh, yeah. Just overheard this groom saying Aldolfo is a scoundrel. A scoundrel? Yeah, those very words. Aldolfo is a scoundrel? Gee, it's like I'm hearing it again. This is outrageous. You say this to people, to beautiful ladies with breasts for making love. Why, I must. Yeah, you must. You must take matters into your own hands. I must take this room in my hands and heal him. Wait, no, don't kill him. Hey, come on, you just want to hurt him. Enough, so that, I don't know, you can't get married. Okay. Wait! What? What kind of man is this? Is he a big man? Burly fellow? He's on the outside. No. Although we don't like big men. Small, pale, with little more far away. Oh, you're a lover, not a fighter, huh? Yes, Aldolfo is a lover. Some say I am the king of romance. Okay. Well, you know what they say, don't you? The best way to get revenge on a man is through his skull. No. You know, the best way to get back at a man is through his window.
You are right.
A doctor will make lots of bride. That will show people a doctor not down. What?
What kind of woman is this? Is she a bee?
Oh, She's the cat's pajamas. Yeah, it means she's attractive. She's a looker, Take me to the cat in the house. I love her. They go, oh, Hey, Romeo, this way.
Roman Bartelli chewing the scenery. You certainly couldn't get away with a performance like that nowadays, could you? Broad racial stereotypes are far too sophisticated for the stage. So we banished them to Disney. Let the children sort it out.
Yes, madam.
Now, Mr. Chef has been kind enough to provide the list of the party tonight. But remember, unlimited must be straight.
Yes, madam.
It is prohibition, after all.
I'm aware of that, madam.
We have to use code words. For instance, if someone asks for a glass of ice water, it means they want a glass of vodka. Have you got that?
Yes, madam.
Are you sure? Do you want to write it down?
A glass of ice water is a glass of vodka, madam.
A glass of ice water?
Vodka.
Ice water?
Vodka.
That sounds like one less thing to worry about. Angeli, might I have a glass of ice water? I found our meeting with the patient rather trying, and I would so enjoy a refreshing glass of ice water.
Your ice water, madam.
What you ninny?
I hate this scene.
Well, now, I really do need a glass of ice water.
A glass of ice water, madam.
Yes, ice water. Are you good with that?
Would that I were.
You can see where this is going, can't you? It's really just a series of spit takes.
Your ice water, madam.
You see, in some ways, the Drowsy Chaperone was quite progressive. A real lesbian playing the aviatrix, for example.
Your ice water, madam.
Yes, some elements were progressive and others were stale in 1928. You know what? I think I'm just going to skip through this part.
Ice water, madam. Water, madam. Madam, I'm going to find myself some olives.
Olive, for heaven's sake, why?
I'm going to bring out my jacket and make a martini.
My mother's favorite number in the show. I guess it was always her secret fantasy to be swept off her feet by a Latin lover. I mean, a real Latin lover and not a buffoon. But that's just what musicals are all about, right? Falling in love at the drop of a hat, spontaneous tangoing, suddenly finding yourself in an insanely romantic setting.
I'm sorry, madam. I'm getting married today, so I have to wear a blindfold. I'm sorry. Who am I speaking to anyhow?
Mimi, 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 come.
This scene couldn't
in your accent. What part of France did you say you're from?
The Mrs. Box. Box that makes the dirt. So you were telling me about how you make your stay?
Oh, that's right.
And then, when was the moment you knew she was the only one for you?
Oh, well, that's a funny story, actually. I was stood on the lighting deck of the Ile-de-France.
Yeah?
I was amusing her with stories of my father's oil interests.
And then what happened?
And then I looked into her eyes, those big, glamorous eyes, and felt all woozy.
And then you fell. And then you fell.
That's right on my keister, and I said, I guess I haven't got my sea legs yet.
But we haven't even left the dock.
That's what she said. And that's when I knew it must be love.
And then you said?
And I said, there was a time I could stop on a dime. Forbearance was one of my talents. But since you've been around, I can't hold my ground. I'm consistently losing my balance. I'm an accident waiting to happen. I'm a mishap about to ensue. I'm the toy on the step, the three-legged step, the hem has been cut by a shoe. When my two lovesick arms started flapping, there was nothing my ankles could do. I'm an accident waiting to happen, so how be I happen to you?
And then what happened?
Well, then she joined in.
When men say I'm sweet and they fall at my feet, my heart doesn't beat any faster. But when you lose control, it touches my soul. So I'm bracing myself for disaster. You're an accident waiting to happen.
That's right.
A catastrophe destined to be.
That's me. I'm Lorax in the cellar.
A broken umbrella, a branch hanging loose from a tree. I can see myself dancing and clapping, flowers and dangerously. You're an accident waiting to happen, so hurry, it's happened to me. And then what happened?
Well, then we kissed. I'm an accident waiting to happen. So
Hurry and happen to me. Wait! You just hit the French girl on your wedding day!
oh my God! What have I done? Wait!
Well, it seems that the blindfold and the fake French accent have led to a terrible misunderstanding. What a mess! Will it all work out in the end? Of course it will. It's a musical. Everything always works out in the end of musicals. In real life, nothing ever works out, and the only people who burst into song are the hopelessly deranged.
Where is that philander in Florida? How long can it take to seduce one bride?
You don't need Janet no more.
Kitty, not now.
I'm working on a mind-reading act. Presenting! Now, do something.
Yeah, I'm making a How about a Toledo surprise? Uninspired choice. Toledo surprise? I've never even heard of that.
Oh, no, you haven't. Those who have heard of it are generally never heard from again.
Give you the recipe. First you chop the nuts, and then you pound the dough. Then you bake it up, nice and slow. And then you Toledo. Toledo surprise! Can you run that by me again?
It's a very simple recipe, Mr. Falcon.
First you chop the nuts,
And then you pound the dough.
then you bake it up, nice and slow.
And then you got the Toledo.
Toledo surprise!
We don't say. Why don't we give him a little taste? Yeah,
All
all
right,
right.
let's open it, boys. What business? What grace, huh? Okay, let me show you. Okay, open up your fists. Come on. Come on. All right. And now, shake them. All right. And now, give me that recipe one more time. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Chop a nut, pound the dough, break it up, nice and slow. Then you got Toledo, Toledo surprise. Pick up each, peel the skin, mush it up, fold it in. That's the tasty Toledo, Toledo surprise. First you beat it up, oh now you're cooking, just heat it up. When you heat it up, if you try to survive, won't let it. It's a snack. Try it, folks, with your wife. Split your yolks, then you got a Splendido. Toledo surprise. Oh, you boys are naturals. Oh, come on, keep up the good work. I'm gonna go work on those contracts, huh? Oh, come on. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, Kitty, I'm developing a new act. Toledo surprise. Oh, shush, Kitty, you got it all wrong. This whole new act, Kitty, it's for you. And these boys, they're your backup dancers. Up. When you heat it up,